Top 10 anime where OPMC is both hero and villain. We begin with number 10. Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion. Lelouch gets the Geass, basically the do-what-I-say eyeball hack. Sounds noble. Free Japan from Britannia. Except his freedom plan involves manipulating friends, traumatizing family, and murdering half the cast like it's a hobby. To some, he's a revolutionary genius. To others, he's a cosplaying dictator with daddy issues. By the finale, you're not sure if you watched a war for liberation or a really dark sibling drama with giant robots as props. Lelouch is the kid who'd cry if you didn't pass him the remote, then grow up to become a tyrant. My guy treats collateral damage like a coupon code. Zero's mask? Cool cosplay. His plans? Half 200 IQ, half dumb luck. And his obsession with Nunnally? Bro, chill. You're making us uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong, watching him play 5D chess is entertaining. But let's be real, Lelouch is every Reddit debater who thinks they can run the world if only people listened. Hero? Villain? Nah, he's the student body president of toxic leadership. At number 9, Death Note. Light Yagami finds the Death Note and instantly transforms from honor student to god of the new world. At first, he takes out criminals, which feels kinda heroic. Then he starts killing FBI agents, rivals, and basically anyone who says, nah bro. His justice spirals into a flex competition with L, turning him into the pettiest serial killer in anime history. By the end, Light's less savior, more egomaniac with a stationary addiction. Light is proof that giving teenagers too much power is a disaster. Instead of curing world hunger, he's like, let me write names for fun. His glow up from nerd to psycho? Legendary. And don't even get me started on his potato chip Oscar performance. Bro thought snacking was Shakespeare. The way he gaslights people makes him sound like your worst ex. By the end, he's not God. He's just a college kid with an overinflated ego and no real plan. Light didn't save the world. He just speed ran the villain arc. Congratulations, Kira. You're still grounded. Number 8. Akame ga Kill. Tatsumi joins Night Raid, the heroes fighting the Empire. Problem. They're assassins who stab first, ask questions never. From the Empire's POV, Night Raid are terrorists with good PR. Sure, they fight corruption, but also they kill like it's a company picnic. And don't expect a happy ending. This anime collects corpses like Pokemon cards. By the finale, Night Raid looks less like freedom fighters and more like a squad of highly emotional serial killers. Akame ga Kill is basically, so, who dies this week? Answer? Everybody. Tatsumi starts wide-eyed, then ends up knee-deep in murder like it's a side hustle. Night Raid are technically heroes, but let's not lie, they're terrorists with better lighting. And don't even mention Death, the Snow Queen with toxic X energy. Half the fandom simp for her while she's literally a genocidal maniac. Night Raid? More like Night Laid, out in coffins. The moral of the story, if you're in this anime, don't unpack your bags. You're either a villain, a hero, or a corpse by Thursday. Number 7. Overlord. Momanga logs into his favorite game and gets stuck as his skeletal avatar, Ainz Ooal Gown. Instead of panicking, he decides, yeah, let's conquer the world. One minute he's saving his NPCs, next minute he's slaughtering entire kingdoms like it's patch notes. People think he's a genius mastermind, but half the time he's winging it harder than a college student writing a term paper at 3 a.m. Hero? Villain? Nah, he's just a gamer with God mode enabled. Ainz is the anime equivalent of that friend who says, let's chill, and then drags you into a 12-hour raid. He's overpowered, scary, and constantly pretending he knows what he's doing while everyone else worships him. Man's like, yes, that was my brilliant plan. Bro, you were just lucky. And the cruelty? He experiments on humans like they're Sims he got bored of. If this is what happens when gamers get isekai'd, maybe keep the servers running forever. Hero? Villain? Honestly, Ainz is just the final boss cosplaying as a misunderstood dad. Number 6. The Saga of Tanya the Evil. Reincarnated from a salaryman who dissed God, Tanya becomes a child soldier with the power of nuclear magic. She leads armies, massacres foes, and makes generals cry, all while looking like a porcelain doll. Her empire praises her as a savior, but to everyone else, she's the embodiment of war crimes and pigtails. Tanya doesn't fight for justice, she fights to spite God, and somehow that makes her both hilarious and terrifying. Tanya is cursed corporate energy in anime form. She's like if your boss's passive-aggressive email grew legs and joined the military. Cute face, dead eyes, demonic laugh, that's the package deal. Soldiers call her a hero, but we know the truth. Tanya's a tiny nuke with an office chair grudge. Watching her scream orders while cackling makes you realize this ain't a savior. This is Satan in toddler size. And the wildest part? You can't stop watching. Tanya's the type to declare war over a missing stapler. Hero? Villain? Nah, just HR's worst nightmare. Number 5. Future Diary. Yutaru Amano, aka the Human Doormat, gets a future-predicting diary and is forced into a death game. He teams up with Yuno Gasai, a yandere girlfriend who could give Jeffrey Dahmer nightmares. Yuki goes from crying every episode to racking up kills like it's Call of Duty. He's supposed to be saving the world, but by the end, he's basically villain-light with PTSD. Hero? Villain? Nah, just Yuno's unpaid emotional support pet. Yuki is useless until suddenly he's not, which is scarier. Bro starts out like, I can't fight, and then boom, he's bodying people just to survive. And Yuno? Don't get me started. She's crazy, she's clingy, and she's dragging Yuki deeper into insanity while stabbing everyone else. Their relationship? Toxic goals. Yuki's heroism is basically, do what Yuno says or die. By the end, you don't know if you should hug him, slap him, or throw him into therapy forever. Future Diary isn't about heroes, it's about why teenagers should never be given god-tier powers or girlfriends with knives. Number 4. Devilman Crybaby. Akira Fudo merges with a demon, becoming a Devilman. Human heart, demon power. He cries about everything, then rips demons in half like he's auditioning for Mortal Kombat. Humanity fears him, demons hate him, and his best friend betrays him harder than EA does gamers. He wants to be a hero, but his powers drag him into becoming humanity's biggest nightmare. By the end, you'll need therapy and maybe a hug. Akira spends half the show bawling and the other half turning demons into spaghetti sauce. Hero? Please. The whole world hates him. And Ryo, his so-called bestie? Backstab of the century. Devilman Crybaby is trauma porn with neon lights. You root for Akira because he's kind, but society treats him like Twitter treats celebrities after one bad tweet. By the finale, I wasn't crying. I was straight up hollow inside. Akira isn't just both hero and villain. He's the reason viewers needed emotional support snacks after episode 10. Thanks, Netflix. My heart's in shambles. Number 3. Zankyou no Terror. Terror in Resonance. 9 and 12 bomb Tokyo while dropping riddles like wannabe riddlers. To the public, they're terrorists. To those who know their past, they're victims lashing out at a corrupt system. Every explosion blurs the line between revolution and terrorism. They're antiheroes with Spotify playlists cooler than your entire music library. By the finale, you'll still wonder, heroes, villains, or just traumatized kids who ran out of therapy options? 9 and 12 are TikTok pranksters if TikTok pranks involved actual bombs. Their justice is basically terrorism with cool camera angles. The moral conflict is wild. You kinda get why they're mad, but bro, stop blowing up Tokyo Tower. They're like if Batman ditched the cape and went full anarchist. You cheer one second, cringe the next, and then wonder if the government experiments made them villains or victims. Either way, they dropped more bombs than Eminem. Heroes? Villains? Nah. Just teenagers proving therapy is cheaper than explosives. Looking at number 2. Akira Tetsuo goes from bullied sidekick to Neo Tokyo's biggest nightmare after unlocking psychic powers. At first, you feel bad for him. Then he starts leveling city blocks because someone clowned on him. His powers spiral out of control, and suddenly he's a walking nuke with anger management issues. Hero? Villain? Tetsuo is proof that insecure dudes plus god powers equal everyone's funeral. Tetsuo is the kid who got bullied, touched power, and immediately became the boss fight nobody wanted. He's OP, but also pathetic, crying for help while simultaneously nuking his friends. Every scene is like, somebody hug him before he levels another city block. He's terrifying because he's realistic. Give fragile egos god-tier power, and boom, apocalypse. Kaneda's trying to save him, but Tetsuo's already too busy destroying everything like a toddler with dynamite. Hero? Villain? Nah. Just the most dangerous man-child in anime history. Akira aged like fine wine and trauma. Finally, at number 1, Psycho-Pass. In a world where the Sybil system predicts crime, Shinya Kogami hunts criminals as an enforcer. Problem: his own crime coefficient spikes, making him just as guilty. He wants justice, but he's out here breaking laws, shooting suspects, and questioning the system. To Sybil, he's a villain. To his squad, he's a hero. To us, he's one bad mood away from prison. Kogami is basically good cop, bad cop in one man. He's cool, calculated, and hot-headed, like if Sherlock Holmes carried a shotgun. His fight against Sybil feels heroic, but he's also exactly the type of guy Sybil was built to stop. Watching him blur the line between justice and crime makes you question everything, including whether you'd survive 5 minutes in this dystopia. Spoiler, you wouldn't. Kogami's a hero if you're his ally and a villain if you're in his crosshairs. Psycho-Pass nailed the chaos of morality, and Kogami's the poster child for lawful hero gone rogue villain. And that's the list. 10 overpowered MCs who decided, why pick a side when you can be both? These characters are heroes, villains, and absolute menaces to society. Which one do you think is the most unhinged? Drop your hot takes below, smash like, and subscribe for more anime chaos. Until next time, legends.